Hey guys, I just want to give an update on the QuadrigaCX situation. Some of you who have watched my channel maybe have seen a previous video I did about QuadrigaCX and how it affected me. Basically, I lost my life savings through it, and I'm one of the main creditors in this lawsuit that's going on right now. So basically what happened is, long story short, QuadrigaCX was Canada's biggest cryptocurrency exchange, formerly the biggest, and then they kind of collapsed and Jerry Cotton, the CEO, suddenly died last December, and I put "died" in quotes because still there's a lot of people who are very doubtful of the fact that he actually died or not. Right? We don't actually know. That's what the official story is. But again, there's a lot of questions over the circumstances of his death and the timing of his death, which is why a lot of people still believe he's alive. But anyways, the official story is that he died, and at the end of January, their website went down. Then February, they went into the CCAA process, which is supposed to protect creditors or whatever. They appointed the monitor Ernst & Young, who's one of the big four accounting firms, to figure out what was going on. And now it's July 2019, which means that the CCA process had pretty much ended at the end of last month, June, and now they've gone formally into bankruptcy, transitioned into bankruptcy, which means Ernst & Young is now a trustee, no longer a monitor, and the claims process has officially started, and I just submitted my claim. And yeah, I've been a pretty active member of the Telegram channel. If you guys are curious, the Telegram channel is called Quadriga Uncovered, and I'm one of the admins on there. And Miller Thompson, who's supposed to be our lawyer firm representing our interests, that I don't know how much they've done so far. So far, it doesn't seem like they've done much, but they have appointed a representative council or committee that's comprised of creditors. I'm not on it, but I know there are a few committee members that are on that Telegram channel that are actively working to help fellow creditors. So they've been doing a pretty good job so far, and I've been pretty pleased with their job. I just Now that all the monitor reports have come out, all six monitor reports, we kind of have a good idea what happened, and it's pretty much what most of us had suspected from the beginning, which is that Jerry Cotton, who is the CEO of Quadriga, was pretty much a one-man show. A lot of people want to believe that this other co-founder named Mike Patron or whatever you want to call him, who used to be this convicted felon named Omar Danini or something like that. He was part of this scam as well. I personally don't think he was, because he left in Quadriga in 2016, but a lot of people still think he's behind the scenes. I do think that Jerry mostly did this on his own. Like, he was basically a one-man show after Mike Patron left. So 2016, 2017, and 2018, it was basically all Jerry. And what we found out from the monitor reports is what we've been suspecting all along, which is that he was using customer funds to basically gamble with on other exchanges. And why he was doing that, not really sure, but it maybe might have been related to that Ethereum shortfall that they had in 2017. And Jerry may have been gambling to make up for that. I don't know, or maybe he's just been laundering funds this whole time. Who knows? But he's been gambling with our funds on other exchanges. He lost most of it, and all those cold wallets are empty now. They're transferred somewhere else, and we have pretty much nothing to show for it other than the fact that he enriched himself and his wife, Jennifer Robertson. And right now we're going to go after her assets. So I don't know how long this claims process is going to take. We do know that they have about 33 million Canadian on hand, which is the amount of money they recovered from the drafts that BillerFi or the other payment processors had. And that's pretty much it. They only have a little bit of crypto left, because I don't know how this happened as well, but somehow 103 Bitcoin was accidentally transferred to an address that was not retrievable, like an irretrievable address, like a cold wallet or something that they can't access. Somehow this happened while Ernst & Young was monitoring the situation, and someone from Quadriga, this probably is like 99% Alex Hannon, because he's the only developer on Quadriga. He's the sole one, right? There's no other developer on Quadriga. Alex Hannon's the only one, so it's 99% him, I'm pretty sure. That sent the Bitcoin, 103 Bitcoin, which is worth like, in today's prices, probably worth like 1.5 million, right? Over to an irretrievable wallet, so that money is all gone as well. So that's basically, I don't know what to say, but I mean, it's bad enough that Jerry gambled with all our funds. It's even worse when, as soon as the monitor takes over, they lose a whole bunch of other money that was supposed to be ours. So that's pretty stupid, right? I don't know if there's any legal action we can take against this, but yeah, 103 Bitcoin has been lost by Ernst & Young for some reason. I don't know how that happened, and we should probably investigate that more. But that's one thing that happened, and then we just have a little bit of crypto left, which crypto has gone up 3x. Bitcoin, I should say Bitcoin has gone up 3x since February, which is kind of just the insult on top of injury, right? Like, not only did I lose all my life savings, but at one time I had about 60 Bitcoin that I was transferring over to Quadriga to cash out, right? And I was cashed out most of it, but I still had about 7 Bitcoin left, and I was forced to sell all that Bitcoin. Actually, not even 7. I kept 3.5 on the exchange, and this is stupid. Like, but at the time, I didn't know that Quadriga was going to scam us, right? I mean, obviously, I would have taken all my money out if I knew that. So I left 3.5 Bitcoin on the exchange. That money is gone now. I transferred 3.5 Bitcoin back to my Bitrex account because I was looking to buy some other coins at the time. Thankfully, I transferred that out, right? If I didn't transfer that out, I would have nothing. But that 3.5 Bitcoin was basically, when this news broke, I had no money, I had no job, I had no savings anymore, I had no income, right? I thought that I was going to get my savings from Quadriga when I transferred it over to Canada, right? And I thought I was going to be able to cash out to my Canadian bank account, and that never happened. As we know now, right, that was all a scam. So I didn't have any life savings anymore. I didn't have any savings or income anymore. So I was forced to cash out that 3.5 Bitcoin and sell it at the bottom. So it's just the timing was just insult on top of injury, right? It's not only did I lose my life savings, but I also was forced to sell my Bitcoin at the bottom when it was like $3,600 US, right? Now Bitcoin is like 11K or 12K US dollars. So if I had held that, I would have at least made some money back. But no, freaking Jerry Cotton, not only did he have to scam us, but in this case, he also forced me to sell Bitcoin at the bottom too. So that he even ruined my chances of making any recovery, which is even worse. So I feel kind of annoyed about that. I'm sure a lot of other creditors do as well, like especially those who are holding crypto, right? Those people who held crypto on the exchange, imagine how they must feel if they have all their crypto, it's gone now, but it's worth 3x. All the Bitcoins worth 3x what it was back in December and January, right? So I think that just makes people even more angry. So yeah, we all hate Jerry Cotton. He's the more I know about this dude, like the more I realize he was just basically like a psychopath. Like I looked at his previous YouTube videos, and then me and some others, we shared some information on the Telegram channels. We found out that he's been scamming since he was just like a teenager. Basically, he's been scamming people since he was like 14. And he's been doing like these HYPs, which are high yield investments. These high yield investment schemes, they're basically all Ponzi's. But he and Mike Patron have been doing this for like a long time, right? They've been doing this for years and years, and then Quadriga is just their latest scam. And I believe Alex Hannon and this other guy named Richard O'Neill has been in on it as well. But anyways, yeah, these dudes have all been together doing these kind of scams for pretty much most of their lives. And that's why I'm not really sure if Jerry actually died. A lot of people aren't sure if he actually died, because why would you, if you've been doing these kind of scams for so long, why would you just suddenly die? You would just probably fake your death, right? So we don't know. We have to get the RCMP to exhume the body. So far, the RCMP looks like they're not really doing much. The FBI is doing some active investigation, and we don't know how long that's going to take either, but at least they've been a little bit more active than the RCMP is. Unfortunately, I'm not sure why Canada's justice system is like this, but the RCMP looks like they've been they've been dragging their feet on this. So when it comes to like millions and millions of dollars, you know, you would think that they would actually help fellow Canadians out, right? Just exhume Jerry's body and then tell us if he's actually dead or not. That's what we want to know, but we have to get a court order for that, looks like. Yeah, so we don't know how much we're going to get back claims. We also have Jen's estate. So we're going after Jennifer's estate because she's obviously, all that money is obviously from Quadriga. She's, yeah, she never, like, it doesn't seem like she had any steady job before this. Like, before she married Jerry, she was pretty much nobody, right? And then all of a sudden she got super rich, and then she got all these houses in BC and Nova Scotia. So obviously these funds were all our funds. So we're trying to get our money back from Jen's estate as well. That's another $12 million in there. So if I had to guess, right now there's 250 million in claims, which means that all in total there's about 250 million owed. Of course, normally in any class action lawsuit, not everyone's going to claim. Especially in this case, we know there's a lot of money launderers in this case, right? We, especially from the fifth monitor report, we know that there's a lot of fake accounts in there. There's this account named Chris Marque, which is actually Jerry's account, and he laundered like millions and millions of dollars through that account. So that's not a real account. And there's also a few really suspicious accounts as well. There's like a $70 million account. We don't know who that is, but apparently it's someone who left their crypto on there and didn't touch it for years and years. We don't know if that person's alive or even real. And there's a few other people with some suspicious accounts. Mike Patron obviously has some funds on there. He said he was a creditor, but he's a money launderer, so we don't want him to claim. So there's a lot of suspicious people and money launderers who we should not allow to claim, right? So there's 250 million in claims, but I would reckon about like maybe half of that is actually is not real, right? It's not a legit claim. So my estimate for a valid claim would probably be like 100 to 120 million is what I think would be the ceiling for what would actually be claimed. Just based on the fact that, first of all, only some people are going to claim, not everyone's going to claim, and then add to the fact that a lot of money launderers and a lot of fake money, a lot of Quadriga bucks, which actually the fake volume generated by Jerry himself, right? They're not going to claim. So it's more like maybe 100, 120 million tops, right? We have about 33 million in assets. This is from the cash plus the crypto on hand. And then we have another 12 million from Jen's estate. So an not optimistic, I would say a reasonable expectation is somewhere between 30 and 40% that we can get back. Very, very optimistically, I would say 50%. But I don't think anything more than 50% is what we can get back, right? So that's just my conclusions so far based on my math. And just a few other things I want to mention about some comments on my last video. I noticed a lot of people, they had a lot of doubts about me because I posted that video and I had a GoFundMe account. So the truth is that GoFundMe was not my idea. That was this guy named Matthew Whitcomb who contacted me on LinkedIn, and he asked me to set up this account. And then he started taking all the money on there, and what happened was this guy, he contacted me at first, and then he just stopped contacting me after that. So I messaged him on LinkedIn. He doesn't respond to me anymore, and I don't look for anyone to donate to my GoFundMe because it was his idea, and it's not really something I'm looking for. I'm not here looking for people to bail me out. I'm not looking for donations. I'm not looking for charity. I'm not looking for people to pity on me. Like, I don't care, right? I don't care about people wanting to, I don't think it's right for people to bail me out because those people are right. It was my decision and I took the risk, and I don't want other people to pay for my mistakes. That's not what I want to do, right? That's not the kind of guy I am. So I don't want to do that GoFundMe, but he never got back to me anyways. I just said, you can keep the money if you want. But it's pretty much just his money, right? He just used me used my situation to his advantage, and then he got people's money from sympathy from me, and then he used it for himself. So, anyways, I just want to say you got that guy. That guy, Matthew Whitcomb, he's not. I think he was just doing his self promotion, self marketing. He wanted more publicity. He even asked me, "Hey, go advertise this on LinkedIn or on social media," because he wanted to have his own exchange. He has his own exchange, BTR exchange in Romania. He wanted to promote that, right? So it's for his own publicity, and he got free money from it from me, right? So it's nothing to do with me. So don't think that that GoFundMe was related to me in any way. It's not, right? He even took all the money. I didn't take anything from it. I don't even get a single cent. So that's another thing I want to talk about. And a lot of people have been taking advantage of me for that as well. This guy, so Justin Sun, who is the co-founder of Tron Foundation, he actually tweeted something about me saying that, hey, I used to be a former employee of BitTorrent, and they can give me a job offer because now I lost my job and I don't have a house anymore, right? Well, turns out he was also doing that for self promotion and publicity as well, because I messaged him on Twitter, and I haven't gotten any response yet, and that was months ago, right? So Justin Sun, again, another guy out for self promotion, used my situation to his advantage, and then help promote his own Tron Foundation stuff to make people think that he's a good guy or whatever. Anyways, I messaged him, no response, right? He didn't care about me. So yeah, I just want to be I just learned from these past few months that people can be really, really opportunistic. Yeah, that's the word. Opportunistic. And when they see others in like a situation like mine, then they just prey on them. And they use that for their own advantage, like their own self-promotion and self-publicity. So I think that's not a good thing. But I learned from that, and I won't be trusting people. I won't be that gullible again. I won't be that easily trusting of people ever again. So that's another thing. And yeah, just how it happened. Some people mistakenly believed that I took out the loans. I was saying how I lost a lot of money because I took out some loans and I put it into crypto. That's not related to this loss. That was another stupid thing that I did. That was beginning of last year. I took out 3 loans. I put into crypto. It's not related to the Quadriga scam. The Quadriga scam is me trying to take my money that I got from selling my house and trying to transfer it back to Canada. Not related to me trying to invest in crypto or anything. I wasn't trying to put $500,000 into crypto. Although, if I actually did that, if I actually did put $500,000 into Bitcoin back in October, I would be making a profit now, right? I'd be making my money back. But no, I didn't do that. I did something much worse, which was to exchange it to Canadian dollars. Yeah, who knew that would have been the riskiest thing to do, right? No, if I had 500 grand worth of Bitcoin, I would have doubled my money by now and be a millionaire if I'd kept that money. But no, I didn't do that. I transferred to Quadriga, and I cashed it all to Canadian dollars right away and tried to withdraw it, which caused me to lose all my money. So who knew? If I had kept it in Bitcoin, I would have had double my net worth. I would have been a millionaire by now. Instead, I try to cash out into Canadian dollars, which is the stupidest thing you can do, apparently. The riskiest thing you can do is to cash out your crypto into Canadian dollars, because most Canadian exchanges are scams. Not just QuadrigaCX, there's also Cryptsy, there's Easy Bitcoin, there's Einstein, there's CoinSquare. All of them are either sketchy or scams. So the only trustworthy Canadian exchanges are, from what I heard, Kraken or ShakePay, and that's it. There's no other trustworthy Canadian exchanges. The majority of Canadian exchanges are scams. So basically, the riskiest thing you can do, now that I know, is to sell your cryptocurrency into Canadian dollars. Don't do it. Just keep it in US dollars. Withdraw it from a US exchange because they're more trustworthy, or just keep it in Bitcoin so you can make a profit. Yeah, just stack up your Satoshis. But yeah, now that I learned that you shouldn't use Canadian exchanges because they're pretty much all scams. And another thing I want to address is yes, I these days I am. Some of it was my parents' money, so I am paying back my parents a little bit at a time. Uh, Half of my paycheck every month goes back to my parents now. Any extra money that I get from this, I would say any extra money that I get back from this lawsuit, that's more than what is needed for me. I would say like above 25%. If I get more than 25% back, I'll give the rest to my parents. And I already give half my paycheck every month to my parents. So don't just think that I'm taking advantage of my parents and I didn't care about the loss or something like that. No, I really feel bad about this. I really feel guilty about it. And I really want to pay my parents back. So that's something I'm trying to do. It's just going to take some time. And yeah, so yeah, this Jerry Cotton guy, who would have knew that? The thing is, we trust most businesses without thinking about calling their phone numbers or looking up their addresses. We trust them because most merchants are trustworthy. We don't expect people to just scam us, right? Because most merchants are trustworthy. They're not going to scam you because it's a crime, right? But yeah, that's why I didn't look up. I probably should have called the number. I should have looked up their address to see if it's real. But it wasn't, right? If you looked up their physical address that they had on their website, it was just like a UPS mailbox or something like that. It wasn't real. So I probably should have done something like that, and I didn't. And another thing is that the Reddit post, I was on Reddit while I was getting my withdrawal, and I was asking on there, why is my withdrawal taking so long? And everyone has been having that problem. You might think that's a red flag. So it was for me. And people just kept telling me, like, hey, don't worry about it. Like, Quadriga always gets me my money in the end. And up until that time, everyone had been getting their money from Quadriga. It's just been taking like a while, right? Like a few months or something like that. I think maybe like a month or two at most. Pretty much everyone got their money in the end. That's what people have been telling me on Reddit. This was last October, last November. And they've been telling me, yeah, just keep waiting. Like, it takes a while, but you eventually get your money. Quadriga is not a scam. And they've been reassuring me the whole time. So that's why I didn't cancel that at that time. Otherwise, I would have canceled my withdrawal, right? So I believed all the people on Reddit, which is kind of stupid. Probably shouldn't have. Yeah, in retrospect, I probably shouldn't have. And then, yeah, I should have investigated it more deeply. And I shouldn't have transferred all my money at once. That was a really, really stupid decision, right? So there's a lot of people that he fooled. It's not like people are saying that, oh, there's a 10% arbitrage rate. Didn't you see that? The 10% premium, isn't that a red flag as well? Well, kind of, but not always, right? There was a lot of exchanges in 2017 and 2018 that had premiums, that had arbitrage premiums, and they were because of various factors. For example, my friend transferred his money to Korea, which had a 40% premium, and that was because it was really hard for foreigners to have an account in Korea, and there's a 50K transfer limit from Korean banks to international banks. That's why there was a 40% premium there, and he got all his money. That was not a scam for him. He transferred his money to Korea. He got the 40% premium, and he got all his money. So me, because I was greedy, and I was also jealous. This is something I should learn to control more, is my emotions. But I thought I saw the 10% exchange, the 10% premium, and on Quadriga, and I thought, well, this is because of the slow withdrawals, right? It's the slow withdrawals. If I can wait like 2 or 3 months to get the money for 10% premium, I can do that, right? And I thought, well, it's just 10%. That's not that much compared to the 40% my friend had, right? He had 40% premium, which is a lot more, 4 times more than what I'm trying to do, and he got all his money. So why just like 10%? It's like not that much. It's not that bad, right? There's nothing really too suspicious about it, considering that the withdrawals are really slow and everything. So that's what I thought. It was because of the CIBC lawsuit. That's why the withdrawals were taking a long time, and that's why the premium was there. So that's why I used it, because I thought that premium was legit. I didn't think it was a red flag. And plus, that premium had always been there in Quadriga, right? People who have been using Quadriga a lot longer than I have told me that it's always had a premium. So how was I to know, right? I thought that was like, I thought it was legit anyways. So, yeah. Lastly, I'm not doing this video for any kind of sympathy or promotion. I've been a YouTuber since 2008, so this is my 11th year. My 11th year doing YouTubing, and I have over 2,000 videos uploaded. So don't think that I'm just making this video for promotion or self-promotion or anything like that, because it's just one out of 2,000 videos, right? And again, I put ads on my video because everyone puts ads on their video. Okay, I'm not trying to be greedy. This Don't tell me like, oh, you didn't learn your lesson or whatever. You're trying to make money. You're trying to be greedy again. Don't make your lessons. It's just like telling me, hey, you shouldn't find another job. You should just be homeless. Because why are you trying to make money again? You're just trying to be greedy. You didn't learn your lesson or something like that. There's a difference between something that takes risks to make money, like stocks, even real estate to a degree, and crypto, of course. Those are all risky kind of investments, and those take risk, right? There's a chance that you could lose your money. But for example, me putting ads on my YouTube to try to make some money on the side, it's not that much. I get maybe $50 a month from YouTube. It's not that much money at all, right? But it's just some money on the side. And me getting a job, right? It's like, it's not risky. That's just what people do to make money, right? That's what people do to survive, right? So there's nothing greedy about me trying to make money from YouTube. That's just me trying to make money on the side, right? It's like a non-risky way of making money. So don't tell me you didn't learn your lesson. It doesn't take any risk to put ads on YouTube at all. There's no risk to it, right? I'm not risking my money in a stock or anything. That's just, it's just, I'm just trying to make money on the side here, try to get back up to where I was before, right? Same thing as getting a job. If you ask me, hey, what, Tom, why did you get a job again? Didn't you learn your lesson? No, I got my job to survive, to try to make back the money that I lost, right? I'm just trying to make my way back slowly but surely, right? Like, I'm not going to stay homeless and be depressed all day just because I lost all my money, right? That's a defeatist attitude, right? So I don't get people who say something like that. Yeah, they apparently don't know the difference between a risky way of making money and a non-risky way of making money. For example, getting a promotion is also a non-risky way of making more money, or transferring jobs or something like that. Comes with a salary increase. No risk there at all. It's not the same thing as putting your money into crypto. It's not the same thing as putting your money in stocks. Those are risky ways of making money. Gambling is a risky way of making money, right? So that's just want to respond to some comments on my previous YouTube. And yeah, exactly. I wasn't investing in crypto, okay? The 3 loans I took out last year, that was to invest in crypto. But that's, again, like I said, a different situation than the QuadrigaCX scam. The QuadrigaCX thing happened when I sold my house. I want to transfer my money back here. I want to invest in real estate, and I wanted to pay my parents back, right? Now, I probably should have paid my parents back without transferring this money, but again, I wanted to take advantage of that 10% premium, and yeah, I didn't think that I want to avoid that currency exchange rate, which is like 2%. That currency exchange commission, right? It's like 2% by the banks. So if you ask anyone, hey, would you take 2% or would you gain 10%? That's like a no-brainer decision. And I didn't know at the time how risky it was. I just thought this exchange had been operating for 5 years, okay? 5 years is a long time for a crypto exchange. QuadrigaCX started in 2013. Usually in this business, in any business, we think the longer something operates, the more trustworthy it is, right? That's why even on our food, it says something like, hey, this company, this meat company, this packaging company, whatever, was established in the 1800s, in the 1900s, in the 1950s, whatever. We've been in business for over 50 years, 100 years or something like that. And it makes you trust them, right? Because the longer they've been in business, generally, for other businesses, the longer they've been in business, the more trustworthy they are, right? But not for crypto exchanges, I guess. So I saw this they've been operating for 5 years. That's a long time in crypto. How many exchanges have been in business since 2013? Not a lot, right? There's only a few. right? Mount Gox, we all know what happened to Mount Gox, but Quadriga was after Mount Gox, and just wasn't a lot of crypto exchanges back then. I think maybe Coinbase was there. I don't know who else. Maybe a few other crypto exchanges were there too. I forget when Binance was available, but anyways, QuadrigaCX was one of the oldest exchanges at the time, right? And generally, as a consumer, you think, oh, the longer they've been operating, the more trustworthy they are. So I had no idea. I could have used CoinSquare, I could have used ShakePay, I could have used some other Canadian exchange, but I chose Quadriga partly because I had an account on there already, I just didn't use it, and also because they've been in business the longest, which in any other industry, being in business the longest should mean that they're more trustworthy, right? But not in crypto, I guess, because it seems like it was just really, really bad timing for me. Like, yeah, just really bad timing. Like, there was those 4 months, September, October, November, December, and probably 2 weeks of January, where people could transfer their funds and it was pretty much gone, right? You weren't getting it back. So I just happened to transfer my funds in those 4.5 months. So it was really just bad timing for me that this 5-year-old crypto exchange just happened to go down right when I was transferring my funds. So anyways, that's just my update on QuadrigaCX July 2019, which means I already filed my claim to Ernst & Young. I put all my proof there. I have all the proof that Quadriga marked my withdrawals complete, even though it wasn't complete. It never arrived in my bank account. And they still have some of my remaining crypto balances on the platform as well. And I don't know how much I'm going to get back. I'm not sure how long this is going to take. It might take years and years. We don't know. Hopefully we'll get back the cash part of the claim. They have 33 million on hand, which means they could just pay us out. I don't know how they're going to liquidate the crypto and distribute that and all that stuff, but at least for the cash on hand, they should be able to give that back to us by next year, right? As for the assets for the estate, I don't know. It might take some time to liquidate those houses. Yeah, they have Jerry's wife. She has a bunch of houses in Nova Scotia. She has a bunch of houses in Kelowna, I believe. So the BC houses shouldn't take too long to sell. I don't know about Nova Scotia though. I don't know if it's a hot real estate market. Probably not. So that might take some time to sell. So it looks like this might take years. I don't know how much I'll get back at all. I think the minimum should be 13%. The reason is because the math is 33 million minus the legal fees. The legal fees is about 2 million so far. You can double it to 4 million, 5 million. Even if you double it, let's say it's 5 million, right? Legal fees, I don't think should take up most of the money because that wouldn't make sense, right? I've topped it at 5 million and then divided by 215 million, which is if everyone claims, even the money launderers, if they all claim, then we get 13% back, which is the absolute bottom it should be, right? It couldn't be any lower than 13%. But my reasonable thinking is I should be more between 30 and 40% as a more reasonable estimate. And 50% is probably like the ceiling. I don't think we'll get more than 50% back. So really the range is very varied, right? It could be anywhere from 13%, which is the absolute bottom, all the way up to 50%. My guess is about 30 to 40%. So that's my guess. I'm not sure. Again, I can't predict the future, and I don't know who's legit or who's not, who's claiming or who's not. So I don't know what the number is actually going to come out to, but that's just my thinking so far. Yeah, that's it. That's it, guys. That's my update, and hopefully all of us creditors get back as much as we can, because it's really just an unfortunate thing. I don't think that it's fair to say I don't think it's fair to say to us, not your coin, not your keys, not your coins, or anything like that, especially since people like me weren't even trading. Like, we weren't even actively trading crypto. We just wanted to withdraw it. We just wanted to get out, right? So I don't think it's fair to call us that. It's not like I wanted to dump 500K, all my life savings, in a risky investment. That's not really what my intention was. So it's just an unfortunate thing that happened to us, and hopefully, us creditors will get back as much as we can, and we'll see. Maybe sometime next year, hopefully. Um, that's it, guys. That's my update for the QuadrigaCX claim situation, and yeah, thanks for watching, and watch some other videos, I guess, if you're interested. They're not quite as depressing as this video.